How you doing? My name's Nick. I live in the Catskills, that's upstate New York. I do a lot of work on the truck videos like this Ram 2500. This is a 2021. And I work in the shop and in the house. If you like that sort of stuff, subscribe. This is going to be an intro to the camper bed build, which is starting next video. I have been working so hard on this thing, you have no idea. Just non-stop. Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, New Year's. I have been working like crazy. It's been hard because there's a lot of constraints that I have to work around. As also, I've never built something like this before, and then I have to film it, and then I have to obviously edit it. Man, it's been rough, but I'm very far along. This side is very close to being done, very close. And this side is actually not just one video, it's going to be a few videos. So we're in good shape to keep the videos rolling on this camper bed build. There might be a few videos here and there, one or two videos here and there in between, but mostly I would say 80% is going to be camper bed build for a while. So get ready. Now, let's talk about drawer systems. I'm not doing a drawer system. Why? Because it makes no sense for this setup I have here. I have the camper connected to the bed. You can go back and forth between them. If you don't know, this is a Snap Outfitters treehouse. Links in the description to a full walk around. If I was doing like a smart cap or just a fiberglass cap with a wedge on top, a drawer system makes sense because you got to go outside anyway, right? I'm inside. I don't want to get outside. If it's freezing at 11 o'clock, I don't want to open a tailgate to pull out a drawer to go get a sweatshirt. That's a bad idea. That's a bad plan. Drawer systems are awesome. I had it on my last truck. I loved them. I did a couple videos on them. It's not right for this. What's right for this is the trend in the industry when you have one of these caps, the camper caps, cabinets. Both sides, one on either side. If you look up Goose Gear, incredible company. They're making cabinets now that are very specific to campers, but you can also use them for other campers. They don't make them for this camper. They make them for like Alucab and Super Pacific and Go Fast, and I think like a couple more. But two things. One is the first thing, the very obvious thing, ridiculously expensive, insanely expensive. And I'm talking like $4,000 or $5,000 it would take to do cabinets on both these sides. They're amazing cabinets, but I'm not spending $4,000 or $5,000. I can't do it. And I'm not getting discounts too. If you know, I have paid retail on every single thing. Nobody knows who I am. I'm a small channel anyway, but I have not gotten a discount on anything. Zero. I have paid full price on everything. Even if I got a 50% discount on Goose Gear, I'm not spending $2,500 on these cabinets. Now, they're amazing. If I wanted to build them myself, I could totally do that. In fact, I worked in the extrusion industry. They're extrusion-based cabinets. I worked in the extrusion industry a long time ago, 20 years ago. A few years, I worked for the Northeast dealer of Bosch Extrusion, which was like the top of the line extrusion. I was the lead designer, the only designer really. I designed everything, automation, machine cards, all kinds of crazy stuff. I even worked in the shop when they needed help, so I could build extrusion-based cabinets back here with my eyes closed and my right hand tied behind my back. It would not be a problem. The thing is, and they'd be a lot cheaper than $2,500. The problem is that I don't want to sit on an extrusion-based cabinet right now. We'll see what happens in the future, but right now I'm more inspired by, if you can believe it, bass boats. It sounds dumb, but carpeted cabinets is really what I want. I want to sit on carpet. It's going to be warmer. I want flush hatches, marine grade latches, marine grade hatches, marine grade hinges, all this kind of stuff. I'm so inspired by this. Look up Anthony Jones, his channel. The stuff that he does is just awesome. So we're going to do carpet. We're going to do carpet-based cabinets, not in the center. We're going to do a left and right cabinet, but we're not going to do carpet in the center. We're going to use the exact same carpet that's on the platform, so it's going to match, which is going to be really nice. But we're not going to do extrusion-based. We're doing carpet. It's going to be fun. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. It's going to be nice when it's done. It's going to be really comfortable when you sit on it. Well, you won't know, but I'll tell you. I'm telling you, when I sit on it, it's going to be so. I've already sat on it, but it's comfortable. Let me tell you. Let's talk about some of the constraints because it has really dictated this build completely and totally. Let me move you over. Constraints. let's talk about that fridge right there. That is you say it like Joyous or Joyous, or I don't know how you say it, but it's kind of like the best of the worst. That's really what it is. It's a very cheap 110 and 12 volt fridge. It cost me $330, I think, maybe. It's a 42 liter, so it's a good sized fridge. It's 24 inches deep, 18 inches tall, and 14 inches wide. So it's a good fridge. It's actually a fridge freezer. If I'm going to give you a tip on something, if you buy one of these fridges, make sure it runs off of 110 also, because you're not going to keep it in the car. I'm telling you, you're going to go and put it in your office or something like that, or if you're going to go put it in your garage, you want it to run when it's got to do something while it's not in the truck. You see what I'm saying? It's got to do something. So 110, that's a really good feature. Get one with 110. I had this running in my office for like 2 weeks just to make sure it was operating. It has. That's the only thing I know about it right now. I have not run it on 12 volt, but it has run on 110 and it got cold. That's all I know. That's all I know. Here's the issues. Is that fridge, I cannot go smaller than that. I need to go bigger, but I can't. That fridge is the absolute max that I can fit in this spot. That 18-inch tall number, let me tell you, that has been really difficult to deal with because I need cabinets that are not taller than 20 and a half inches. That's right to this spot right here. Right here. Now, 20 and a half inches, why? Because I have 2 dogs that are going to sleep in dog boxes. And when they sleep if we're camping, if they're sleeping in the dog box is going to be on top of the cabinets. Why? Because we're going to change this back part into another sleeping platform. The space that's in between the cabinets, that's going to have a platform on top. That's going to have a platform on top so somebody can sleep, namely my son, who's just about 1 year old. Now, he's not going to be camping at 1 year. It's probably going to be more like 2 years old. But he'll need a full platform to sleep on, which means the dog boxes will not be able to fit underneath the platform. They have to go on top. 20 and a half inches gives me just enough room to fit those dog boxes, 2 dog boxes on top between the top of the cabinet and the platform. Next thing, 14 inches wide, this fridge. If I wanted to do the space between the cabinets, it should be 24 inches, by the way. That's really the number. It should be 24 inches. If I wanted to do that space in the center, it would 19-inch cabinet, 19-inch cabinet. That would leave me 24 in the middle. Problem is, you cannot fit that fridge into a 19-inch cabinet. Why? Because it hits the wheel well by like 10 inches. So it's got to go on this side of the wheel well, which means I need a 23.5-inch cabinet on this side. 23.5-inch cabinet on this side, which means if I want to get close to that 24 number, 15 inches on this side. And this side is the kitchen. Very, very difficult. The next problem I have is that it's 18 inches tall. 20.5-inch cabinet minus 18 inches is 2.5 inches. I got the top of the cabinet, I got the bottom of the cabinet, I got carpet on both those. It leaves me about 3/4 of an inch of clearance for a fridge slide. Nobody makes a 3/4 clearance fridge slide. They do not exist. The lowest one I think I saw was like 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches, and it was like $600. Okay, ridiculous. You can buy, if you don't have any problems with height, you could buy a fridge slide right now for like $200. You could buy it for $150. But from a reputable, known company, Iceco, they make a fridge slide $200. The problem is it's like a 2.5-inch clearance. So I'm going to build my own fridge slide, and it's going to be just as much as the cheapest fridge slides, but it's going to be absolutely, totally custom to this fridge. It's going to fit perfectly around it, and it's going to get me about a 1/2-inch clearance on the bottom and a 1/2-inch clearance on the top. So the top, it's the top of that fridge to the bottom of the top of the cabinet, meaning the bottom of the top, 1/2 inch, and the bottom of the fridge to the top of the bottom of the cabinet, 1/2 inch. It's just going to fit perfectly in there. And the cool thing about this is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I build it so that anybody can build it. We're not going to weld it. We are just going to It's going to be an aluminum. It's not going to be wood. It's going to be aluminum, and you're going to see how perfectly this thing fits in there, and it's going to work great. That's going to be another video, but that's a separate video in itself. And I'm excited about that. And that's it. Now this side, I mentioned kitchen. This, I've been thinking about this nonstop because I'm already 80% into this side. I'm 80% done. But this side, I'm mentally just having a hard time wrapping my head around this. It's a kitchen, but it's got to be a vertical pull-out kitchen that folds down. It's not going to be like one of those ones that everybody does, the drawer-based one. You pull out the drawer. Very simple. You just pull out the drawer. You can store everything. It's very simple. The problem is that I don't have the room for that. 15 inches with the wheel well, not going to work. I only have about 6 inches to work with, and I need a full kitchen. If you know of anybody that's built something like this and put it on YouTube, link me to it. I'm telling you, it's very difficult. I'm going to have to buy a product that folds down into a tabletop that will fit a actual like cooktop. And then I'm going to have to figure out how to store all like the cooking supplies, vertically on shelves in a 5-inch space. So we'll see what happens. But if you know of any videos, please link me to them. Just stuff that you like. Maybe I'll find something in that I can cherry pick from different ones. But I'm having a tough time. I think I might have a handle on it, but like if I've never seen somebody do it before, I'm nervous about doing it because it weighs a lot, this stuff. I'm going to need the drawer slides I'm using on this, 400-pound drawer slides. So I need serious drawer slides on this, but they're way longer, right? These are going to be 24-inch drawer slides. These are going to be like 60-inch drawer slides, massive drawer slides. So I'm nervous with all that weight. Even the drawer slides weigh a lot. You should see what the drawer slides weigh for this thing. It weighs almost as much as a fridge, maybe even more than the fridge, empty, I mean. So that's where we're at right now. Those are the constraints. And if you have anything you want to leave in the comments, please do. I'll watch any video on pull-out, like kitchens or cabinets for truck beds. I'll watch any video. I don't care because I might learn something. So, all right, I appreciate your time. I know it's a lot of talking, but we had to get this done. I'll see you on the next video.